How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily, and we're going to have a very quick catch up on what happened in the Premier League over the course of the weekend. So, like I said, we're going to have a little look back at what happened in the Premier League over the weekend. And the reason why I haven't been doing any videos for the last few days is because I actually came down with that sickness bug that seems to be going around. Absolutely ruined me. And the last thing I was going to do was get on camera when I looked an absolute state. I was feeling awful. But I'll tell you something. Arsenal just about made me feel a little bit better. Some really good games over the course of the weekend. And we all say it about the Premier League, why we love it and how it's the best league in the world. And when you look at the matches, you can understand why. You go to the Arsenal game against Aston Villa, that there is a advert for the Premier League and what it's all about. And it was end to end, it was drama, it was just crazy, and the way that it ended as well. And you look at the scoreline and you think 4-2, okay, Arsenal conceded a couple of goals, but they got 4. It was probably comfortable. But obviously we scored 2 of those goals in injury time. The third goal, 93rd minute, and then the 98th minute, when Aston Villa were trying to get that equaliser, and Martinez had gone up the other end to try and score another goal after a superb diving header to put us in front. What a diving header that was. Oh, mate, when you see Eddie Nketiah's headers against Manchester City last week on the Wednesday, maybe we should have had Martinez up front, because he would have probably buried some of them chances. But listen, those are the kind of games that can win you Premier League titles. It's as simple as that. You know, you're coming off the back of some bad results. The pressure's on you. Everybody's watching and they all think you're going to crumble. And then all of a sudden you pull it out of the bag. And those, you know, for me, are those kind of performances. And I look at those and I think, okay, that is where you can win titles. That is where, you know, you can look back on the end of the season and you can say, all right, that is a key moment. That's a key moment within, you know, the course of the season and everything else. So, obviously we'll wait and see. Obviously we'll find out in due course whether it is or not, but I think it could well be. And one of the reasons for that is Manchester City. They're playing away to Nottingham Forest, and I was looking at that and thinking, that's all right, we'll only be top for a couple of hours and then Man City will, you know, dispatch of Nottingham Forest. But they didn't. They drew 1-1. And when you look at the actual game, Manchester City should have been out of sight. Chance after chance after chance after chance. And they were ending up paying for it. So, you know, Arsenal were top of the league from November the 5th, and it took all the way until February to be removed. Manchester City were top of the league for 68 hours, and then they were removed. So maybe the pressures of being top of the league for 68 hours got to Manchester City. So Arsenal are now back 2 points clear at the top with a game in hand. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with that. That's for sure. We're going to go to the Manchester United games because they're right there. They're still loitering. I think if you speak to most Manchester United fans, they will say that they don't want to be involved in the title talk. They're still too far away and everything else. They're 5 points behind Arsenal at the moment. We do have a game in hand, remember that, and that is very important. But also something else that I think is very important, and a lot of people have not really, you know, worked this one out yet or touched on this situation yet. But obviously next weekend, Manchester United are in the Carabao Cup final, so they have no Premier League game. Arsenal are also going to be having their game in hand against Everton after the Leicester game at the weekend. So before Manchester United kick a ball again in the Premier League, Arsenal will actually play 3 more Premier League games. Now, let's just say for argument's sake, Arsenal pick up 9 points of those 3 games. 2 of them are at home, 1 of them away, being Leicester. You're looking at that and you're thinking to yourself, Arsenal could be 14 points clear of Manchester United before they even kick a ball again in the Premier League. And their next Premier League game is away to Liverpool at Anfield. Now, maybe a month ago, you'd have thought easy fixture. But Liverpool have got a bit of a resurgence and they're looking really good again. So that's not going to be an easy game. Now, of course, the other side of that is that Arsenal don't pick up many points at all, and Manchester United have 2 games in hand and they can close the gap or even overtake, etc., etc. But yeah, I just think that, you know, those kind of things, you'd rather have your points on the board. So if we've got the opportunity of playing them games, make that, you know, gap really big, then I think that will just kind of eliminate Manchester United from that, you know, discussion that everybody's having. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But so far, they're doing what they need to do. They're winning games. And Marcus Rashford, again, scoring goals. What I will say about that Leicester game, opening 15-20 minutes of that game, if it wasn't for David De Gea, Leicester would have won that game. They would have been miles ahead. They were excellent in that opening 20 minutes. And Manchester United were all over the place. Once they scored, different game. But Leicester, very dangerous on the attack. And that is something that Arsenal will have to watch out for. Newcastle, talking about Liverpool's good form and everything. Newcastle, St James's Park, lose to Liverpool. Very good performance from Liverpool. But the big talking point will be, of course, Nick Pope, who was sent off. It was comical. He came flying out, tried to do some kind of diving header, missed it, grabbed the ball from Mo Salah. And, you know, you're looking at that and you're thinking, okay, it's bad. You miss a game. But the game he's now going to miss is the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United. Wow. How harsh is that? But it's the rules. It is what it is. And he'll live to regret that one for a very long time. That's for sure. So Chelsea, we'll touch on those briefly. Another defeat for them, losing at home to Southampton. What's going to happen with Graham Potter? Chelsea fans have had enough. They want him out. But reports are saying that the Chelsea owner is not going to, you know, pull the trigger at the moment, and that he wants, you know, Potter to stay. But it's becoming very, very toxic at Chelsea. And if you look on social media, at all the fan channels, I think Chelsea are going through their little phase at the moment. And there's absolute meltdowns. And I, for one, absolutely love it. I think every football fan, unless you're a Chelsea fan, are enjoying the meltdowns. It's what they deserve. That's for sure. So, but listen, some good results over the course of the weekend in the Premier League. Champions League this week. There's going to be some big games in there. Liverpool, Real Madrid, massive game that is. And it's really going to be interesting to see how Liverpool do after, you know, like I was saying, their resurgence and everything else. And then we go into the Premier League games over the course of the weekend. So we're going to revert this back to the 7 a.m. slot. DT's Daily. We're going to try and get some more consistency now, get everything out there, get the watch alongs and everything else. And yeah, slowly but surely I'm getting there, and studio settings and everything are nearly there. And I can't wait, because then I won't have to sit in my car all the time or be in the house, or it's mad. And I can't always be in the house when you got kids around because they're just loud. But it is what it is. So, yeah, listen, if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.